Hey everyone, Clawland here, and today I have for you another public service announcement. So one of my biggest pet peeves in the board gaming community is poor packaging. So when I receive a new game from an online distributor or I receive something in a trade, it really annoys me when it is improperly packaged. Because we all seen all those videos online of UPS and FedEx and USPS kicking packages around, throwing them over fences, all that kind of stuff. And I really take a lot of pride in my board game collection and really want to keep everything looking top notch. So when an item is improperly packaged and then it ends up getting dropped or kicked or what have you, and the box that the game box itself becomes damaged, it really pisses me off, for lack of a better term. So I'm going to show you guys today how I package my games when I send them out rather, and how you should be packaging them as well. Now, if there's any small children in the room, I advise you to have them turn away because I'm going to show you one of the most intensely scary things there is in the board game packaging arena. This bad board game. This is a USPS medium flat rate box. For those of you who live in the United States, you've probably seen this before. It's exactly just about the right size for your average board game. So you might think, score, this is perfect. I don't need to have my own boxes. I just throw it in here, send it out, good to go, right? Wrong. Bad. I hate this box, and the reason for that is because it provides absolutely no padding at all for any games. So let me show you what I mean. So I just recently completed a math trade, and one of the games that I'm going to send out to the lucky new owner is this mint copy of Ad Astra. This copy of Ad Astra will fit rather nicely in this box. Here's your game, Ad Astra, look at that. Slides right in there like a glove, package it up, you're good to go, right? The problem is, you have absolutely no room around the edge for any sort of packaging material or anything to absorb any sort of impact. So one drop on the corner, and that does happen, it will happen. One drop on the edge, on the side, it gets kicked, it gets stepped on, it gets stacked under a whole bunch of other boxes. The new owner of this game is going to take it out, and it's going to have a big old dent in it, a crush, or worst case, could even have a puncture in it. I would highly recommend you do not use this box. If you're going to ship a full-size board game, make sure you use the proper box. So here is the box that I believe I'm going to ship this particular game in. You can get boxes all over the place. If you work for a company that does any sort of shipping and receiving of goods, I'm sure they're going to have boxes. You can just snatch those boxes before they send them down to the compactor or shredder or recycler or however they deal with them. You can also ask for various stores will save boxes for you. You can go to the grocery store, you can go to office supply stores, you can go to Walmart. Just ask them to save boxes for you, and you'll come by and pick them up at the end of the day. Or a lot of times it's best if you pick them up right in the beginning of the day after they finish stocking that previous evening. Once you start receiving trades and buying things and receiving them from online game stores, just keep the boxes and keep the packing material, and you just keep recycling through it. You never even have to worry about it, and that's basically what I do. Now the reason that I know that this is going to be a good box is, one, it's not damaged. It's a fairly sturdy box, nothing special, your average box. But when you place the game into said box, there's lots of room around it to place padding material. And I don't want to sound like I'm being remedial here, but it's really important that your games get to their destination in the same condition in which you sent them out. Because I know many board gamers, such as myself, are very OCD about that. So this is what I usually do. I take my box, and I take some sort of packing material. In this case, I have some foam peanuts. And I'm going to toss them in here so it fills up, the bottom portion of the box. You can use foam peanuts. These are actually the biodegradable style peanuts, which are really nice. You can use bubble wrap. You can use those large bubble pouches that they send stuff in now. You can use pieces, chunks of foam, anything to keep it away from the outside edges of the shipping container. Also, what I tend to do for a lot of games, which you may think is going overboard, is I will use bubble wrap. And there's various sizes of bubble wrap. This is a fine, small size bubble wrap. If I didn't have as much, if I had more heavy games, or if I didn't have as many packing peanuts, so I needed more space taken up, I'd use bubble wrap that has the much larger bubbles on it. Place a game on the bubble wrap, and simply just wrap it up. Easy as that. Just make sure that when you are applying tape, you don't apply any tape to the actual box itself. So through the magic of television, I have magically finished wrapping this box in bubble wrap. Then you just take your box, place it right in the center of the box, and then you can proceed by pouring more packaging peanuts on top. You can mix and match, of course, so if I didn't have any more peanuts left, I can use more, some of that large bubble wrap to fill up the gap, or those bubble pouches. Just make sure that you can see there's space around all the edges. Make sure you pack it around the edges very well. If you're using more peanuts, make sure to feed the peanuts into the edges. And then once it's all packaged up or filled with the material, you just fold it up and tape it. You don't want there to be any play in the box, so you want to kind of almost be like pushing this down now because it's so full of material, and tape it up and you're ready to go. And so you can shake the box, and you're confident that that's not going to move around. And just take a sanity check and think, if I drop this on the floor, I toss this across the room, would I be afraid that anything was going to happen to the package? So that's what I do, and I advise, or I recommend that you do the same. One thing, quick thing that I wanted to add was, if for some reason you just cannot get a hold of a box that's big enough to totally encompass that game, the biggest thing that you want to make sure of is you don't have any of the game box corners touching the inside corners of the shipping box. So, for example, here's my shipping box. Let's say I'm going to ship out this copy of the Manhattan Project, which I received in a flat rate box with absolutely no packaging. So, of course, the bottom of the box got some pretty bad damage. So, appreciate that, minion. Anyway, when you're packaging a box that packaging in a box that's maybe slightly too small, which this is a bad example because this box would be perfect for this game, but you never want to make corner against corner. Because again, if the box is dropped, okay, it's going to hit, there's no give. There's going to be total full impact with the corner of the game box. Think about it. If it was you receiving a game, I know some people don't care, but if it was would you want it to arrive in good condition? I mean, you want to take pride in sending stuff out, so make sure you package well. Thanks.